Hello everyone. Today we are having with us one another beautiful lady who is having 16 years of experience and have taken care of 1500 students. She has helped them to achieve their dreams in terms of study abroad or foreign education. Her USP, she loves to work closely with students and she has designed a very personalized approach starting from understanding what the student's strength is, helping them to spot which is the best university. In fact, she never stopped there. She helps them to align themselves with the other country settings, and there are enough and more testimonials where students have got employment through such beautiful consultants. Ladies and gentlemen, today we are blessed with Ms.Rukmaa Prabhu. She is by profession an education consultant. She's a double postgraduate holder, one in hospital nutrition, another master's in human resource management. And right now she's heading a firm called Sarasvi Global Consultants, where a lot of students have got their dreams right and they are pursuing their foreign education. Without any further delay, let me call upon Ms. Rukma. Hi
Hi,
Rukma, how
I'm
are
fine,
you?
thank you. How are you?
All good. Very happy
My
to have you
pleasure.
here. I could see from your profile that you started with nutrition and dietetics and then you took a post graduation in it. And what is that tweaking mindset to get onto human resource management and empowering youngsters?
So, to be very honest here, it has been many years since I completed my post graduation. During that time, nutrition and dietetics weren't much in demand. Human resource management was something wherein you could find yourself employment. That was one thing. And moving over to counseling students, it was all by chance that happened. I got married and I shifted to Kerala, wherein Kerala nutrition or diet, nobody knew about it when I moved here. So then the next option that I had was to find employment aligning to my interest. So I always have an interest in helping others or guiding people. That was one reason that I took nutrition, so that I can help the patients. Wanting to be a doctor but then afraid of blood, so I took nutrition and dietetics. Then this. So once I realized the potential of this, helping students, I thought, this is a better career prospect for me, wherein I'll be able to fulfill my dreams supporting students. So that is how this move happened.
Truly interesting. And I heard from you that you moved to Kerala. So where were
I'm
you
basically
from?
from Chennai, born and brought up in Chennai, studied
Okay.
in Chennai, and after my marriage I moved to Kerala.
Okay. So that's another interesting dimension. So from your point of view, how do you quantify the education lifestyle? It's being said that quality of education is very high in Chennai. So what is your
That
opinion
is a
on that?
very right, statement that you've said. The quality of education in Chennai is much much higher. When I was like, it's been 20 years now, but then when I studied, the universities were ranked in Tier A. In Kerala, the universities that were available here were ranked in Tier 2 and Tier 3. So when I moved to this counseling, the student counseling part also, we did face difficulty because tier 3 students found it difficult to get admissions to a few universities. They never accommodated these kids. Now there are no tier 3 universities in Kerala, but then earlier, initial days. So Kerala has come up to a large extent, but then it still has a long way to go in terms of education and the quality.
You wanted to help students, but you have a lot of options to help. So what is that aha moment which made you to choose to start Sarasvi Global Education Consulting?
Um, After working for many years after COVID, I actually took a break from my work because of family commitments. My son was in class 12 and he needed support. So during that time, what happened is I started getting references. I get references like, students who've gone earlier send me their cousins or their friends, or, word of mouth is how I get my business. So I started getting students, and during one student who came to me, he came with an offer letter. Okay, but then when I found it, he was such a brilliant student. But then the university that was suggested and the offer letter that he received was something that was not appropriate to his merits. So that is when I realized that there is a dearth of genuine, honest consultants in the industry, because industry was becoming target oriented. Honesty and empathy for students is something that was lacking. So that was the moment I thought, okay, fine, I'll start my own wherein I can support the students.
Beautiful. I think you nailed it, because there are lots of consultants in different forms and different names. And unfortunately, when the kids or the students land up in another country, nobody even try to talk for its support. So, what is the best feedback you have received from your client?
Recently, this happened last year. Okay, I received a profile of a lady who from a friend of mine. Okay, who is working in the same industry with a different firm. She's working in a firm. She forwarded me this profile stating that this lady, I'm not able to get her an offer letter. She's working with a company, you must note. Okay, she's working with a company in Chennai, and she called me and said, Rukma, I'm not able to get this lady an offer letter because of her profile. This lady actually went to UK many years ago, 10 years back. She couldn't complete the course because of her family issues and all, and she had to come back. She recently got divorced and she wanted to move again. She has a kid. She wanted to give a better life for her kid. So she approached me. Prior to approaching me, she has approached many other agencies, not receiving offer letter, not getting visas as well. So she wanted to go to UK. Getting admission to UK for a person who's already discontinued her education is really difficult. So I got her for a course that was her interest, MBA in Global Health Management, to a university that she was preferring, with £3,000 scholarship. She got her visa, and then once she got her visa, the next moment she and her mom had called and she was like, Rukmaa ma'am, it is like you come after Lord Muruga for me. That is how important you are in my life. You've set the path for my success, and I'm so happy that I met you. So this was something, even her mother was like really happy. So this was something that I never expected. I was just doing my job. I was trying to help her, support her. And I don't think I come next to the, God. So this kind of.
It really matters, because somebody who has been aspiring and nobody is there to help. I think this is where people always say God comes in the form of angels. So Rukmaa could be another angel for the client. So that's lovely. Since you talk about your interest, you also gave a beautiful clientele feedback. Summarize your business model in 3 words, or probably 1 sentence.
If you ask me, I'll say shaping global careers with care. Shaping wherein I don't just give students the list of universities. I guide them. I make it a principle that I give them the right feedback, right opportunities for the depending on the student's caliber, and then global careers wherein it is not like I just send them abroad for studies. I look into it that whether the course would give them a career in that specific country, like whether the country is appropriate. A student coming to me for supply chain management, there are countries wherein supply chain management is in demand. So it is only right on me to suggest the student that specific country rather than giving him a random country. With care, I would say like each and every student's profile that I take, it's like I consider them to be my kids. So just how important my kid's life is, that is how I treat each and every student's case. They are not numbers, they are kids whose future is in my hands. So it is only appropriate that I deal with it with the utmost care that I'll be giving to my my kids' education or my kids' future. So that is how I take up each and every case.
Beautiful. Shaping global careers with care. Amazing, amazing tagline. I think this has to be mantra for a lot of other organizations too. So it's truly inspiring. And since out of curiosity you give a lot of beautiful advice, but there are various media newses and channels talking people are not comfortable, the homesickness or different dimensions. So any such instance where you could see or probably you have experienced and guided?
Um, what happened was once I started Sarasvi Global Education Consultants, there were a group of students who wanted to go abroad for studies. I suggested them universities which I felt would be best for them. But then students being students and being dependent on their peers, and they opted for a university wherein the support system was not as expected. So once they landed in UK, they couldn't find an accommodation and they struggled a lot. So under such circumstances, it is very difficult because they're already in UK. I have my own limitations because I cannot do much. But then I called my students who are in UK already, two of them. I asked them to go and meet these kids and to give them temporary accommodation, and that was sorted for the time being, and within a week's time they were able to find their accommodation. So what I'm trying to tell you is that I am still in touch with students who've gone in 2009. They
Wow,
come to meet me, they visit, even if they aren't visiting Cochin, they make a point to come and meet me. They invite me for their weddings, they invite me for their kids, naming ceremonies, baptism,
lovely,
all that.
beautiful. I think that's what ideal relationship works out. More than education, it sustains for probably second generation also might come and say, my dad has gone through your
You
company.
wouldn't
I
believe I've
wish I
sent
would
an
also.
entire family of kids for their studies. One student walked in, then his brothers, three brothers, his cousins friends, like I would say almost 10 15 students from one specific family and group of friends. I've sent them abroad till last year.
Lovely, lovely. I mean, these are all strong word of mouth publicity. I think that's something very, very core to your business values. Uh, as a student who is wishing to go abroad, because that's what we could hear from a lot of people, but we have very few officially approved and caring consultants like Sarasvi Global Consultants. So they are misguided or they are having misinformation, to be very specific. What are the three things a student should look at when they are intending to go? Not actually going, intending to go. And how early they should start?
Uh, what are the three things that they have to? Your voice wasn't very clear in between.
Yeah, they wish, if they wish to go abroad, what are the three
Hmm.
checklists, which could be something, an
Hmm.
essential
Hmm.
checklist? And how early the prep
Okay.
has to be?
So basically, if a student is planning on studying abroad, there are two kinds that you can go. One is right after you complete your bachelor's, or you gain work experience of
Right.
2 or 3 years and then go for your master's. So if a student is planning on studying abroad right after the completion of the bachelor's, ideal time to start preparing for everything would be September, the third year. Like for September 26, you have to start thinking about it from September 25. That is the ideal time frame. But then that doesn't mean that you will not be able to get an admit at a later date. The number of options will be very limited. So when a student is looking for study abroad, the first thing that they have to look at is whether or not the course is aligned to their interest. Don't go by what your friends are taking. Your friends might be opting for a specific course that might not be your choice of program. There are many instances student come and say, like, my friend has gone to this course, I need to go. Similarly, if or not the university is correct for you, if that university is providing the facilities required for your specific program, the accreditation, the industrial exposure, the industrial alignments that they have, whether or not they have the, like, each course, AMBA accreditation it has for business programs, ACS accreditation for computer science, British Psychological Society accreditation is needed for psychology related programs. So similarly, you have to check if the specific department is accredited, the course is being accredited. After that, you have to check whether or not the finances are achieved, whether or not you have the required finances. Like, because to certain countries, if we talk about Australia, the sponsors ITR needs to be higher. Like universities are asking at least 12 to 13 lakhs of ITR of the sponsors. So if you cannot submit your income tax returns, then there is no point in you looking at Australia. Similarly, for UK, you have to show the finances for only 28 days. So if you are okay with showing the finances for 28 days, you cannot show amount for 3 months or 6 months, then UK would be a choice for you. Some countries the fees is very less, like Lithuania, the fees is very less, but then the kind of universities that are available are really great. But you have to apply for the visas by April and May for the September class start. So the student has to, that is the reason I'm suggesting the students to start the process or start thinking about it 1 year prior. So you have ample time to get the documents in place, ample time to get the finances, ample time to get your loan sanctioned, because visas also take time. Some countries the visas take at least 3 to 4 months time. So the course is aligned, the university is aligned, the finances are in place. These 3 things would be something that I will ask everybody to have a checklist on these 3 and tick each and everything once they confirm.
Beautiful. So, taking from your words, I wish before shortlisting anything, it is good to come and meet a professionally qualified consultant like Sarasvi Global Consultant and have an open discussion. Rather than asking, okay, I wanted to do MSc in clinical psychology, where should I go? It's better to come, because I loved your points that for UK, the financial requirement duration is different. For Australia, it is different, because nobody tells us. Interesting. Given this, and you have been in here in this space for 16 years, which is a very big thing, and hats off to one, women entrepreneur community. Second, more than 1,500 students you have helped, which is not a small task. In this space, to grow further, according to Rukmaa, if you wish to collaborate with an entrepreneur, who would be or what would be that space and why?
I haven't thought about an entrepreneur or collaboration with any entrepreneur as of now, but then I would love to. Maybe 1 or 2 years down the line, I'll just think about it. I haven't really given it a thought.
Right. And in case some other women entrepreneurs are planning to start any business, not only this domain, what would be your suggestions or advice to them? What they should not do, more important?
What they should not do is not burn themselves out. Burning out is when you are an entrepreneur and you want to achieve something, especially being a woman, it is difficult to establish yourself. So then what you do is you overexert. You work, you have your own responsibilities, and being an entrepreneur is not a full-time job for, as far as many people are concerned. So what happens is ultimately you get burned out a lot, wherein you lose focus, you're not able to concentrate, you're not able to target appropriately. So then finally you may quit altogether. That shouldn't be that shouldn't happen. So what I'll recommend is set appropriate goals, see to it that you achieve your goals. If your goal isn't achieved also, don't feel bad. You always have the next day, work a bit more, and you'll definitely achieve your goals.
And looking at Rukmaa, and I feel that you are very pleasing, very calm, very relaxed personality, but very clear personality. So what is that magic trick you do? Being a dietitian, being a nutrition specialist, there could be some tips for especially housewife or the so-called 45 age bracket people who are getting tensed, who are getting probably carried away by emotions. So from your scientific space, some tips which you can share apart from the global consultants.
Okay.
Yeah.
So be a patient listener. Don't get your, because as you rightly said, a woman who is into her 40s and 45 and all, there will be lots and lots of emotional stress that she has to go through. So don't let your emotions come in the way of your decision making. And be calm, be patient. If possible, do a bit of meditation, take walks, go for walks. That is all that I can say. Sit with your kids.
Lovely. Ah,
Sit
so
with your
sweet.
kids. I sit with my younger one who is in class 9 and I watch whatever he is watching. Probably I may not even understand, but then once I sit with him, he also feels that his mom is taking care of him. He's happy.
Happy. Yeah.
That is all that
I think that, yeah, that glow is reflected, which is very
thank you.
nice. And given the last space, right now we can hear about Gen Z, Gen Alpha, a lot of terminologies. Being a mother of two kids, and you know much better than everyone else, 4 magic tricks you work on them, and 4 magic tricks that doesn't work on them.
Magic tricks, if you ask me, there aren't any magic tricks. It is just as I told you, listen to them. If they come to you with any problem, don't push them away. Don't, scold them. Don't get angry with them. Listen to why exactly they are coming to you, what the problem is. It must be something very, very small for you, but then for the kids, when they come to you, it is something huge that they can't handle. There'll be, and especially in the teenage years, there'll be lots that they are going through. So if we give them a helping hand, if we support them a bit, they'll be happy, and that is all. That is all that is needed for them. So you should be somebody whom the kids can approach in the dire situation as well. So my son, who is doing his 3rd year, he tells me, Amma, you are one of the most cool mothers, all my friends have told. You are so understanding, because I went and stayed with them for a week in Bangalore when he wasn't keeping well. So his friends visited. He was like, Amma, everybody is so happy, they feel that you are very friendly. So, and I know if I am in trouble, I can come to you and you will be able to support me. You will be able to find a solution for me. So that kind of confidence is what you need to give to children, that you are approachable. So that doesn't mean you shouldn't be strict. When you have to, you definitely have to be strict, but not strict always. That is the mantra that I can.
It encompasses everything. Whatever we hear it as tough love. So you love them, but then be clear on when the lines are being crossed. Is there any time in your organization where the students have to come? What is the protocol you feel parents should accompany, or?
I would say there is no need for the parents to accompany if the kids are mature enough.
Right.
Because they're going to live there independently. No parent is going to be with the kids when they go abroad. If the kid is strong enough, if the kid can handle his own admissions, but then when it comes to finances, the parents should know what is happening. I have students who after the 12th also, they've done everything. No parent was involved. Finally, when it came to the visa is when the parent called me for the credit card, because I needed the credit card information, OTP. Till then, I was wonderstruck. He's just a 18-year-old kid and he's got done everything, even bank loan, everything. He went and he got it done. So there is no need for parents to be actually present. But if the parent wants to accompany the kids, it is always good, well and good, because they would be knowing what is happening with their kid.
Beautiful. I think that's a global message to everyone. It is not essential, but it is always good if parents want to know and try to understand. And I believe the process will be so straightforward and friendly where they can understand very fast how things are. Lovely. So once again, thank you for giving me such an opportunity to learn more about foreign education. What are the things one should do? Some things we should actually neglect. And last, how we can take care of the next Gen Z. So thanks a lot, Rukmaa. All the best. Lovely talking to you.
Giving me this opportunity to explain a bit of what I'm doing and how to go about for students. I hope it was an informative session for the students as well. Thank you so much, Vinodji, for having me here.
Always my pleasure. Thank you. Take care.